Hello, my name is Agnes Vludyka, and today we have another artist talk that is connected to our exhibition Migracji Migrations at the Virtual Museum of Anthropocene, WMA, Wirtualne Muzeum Antropocenu. And this time we will talk to another migrant artist, Arsenio Maria Navarra. Hi, Arsenio.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Agnes.
I just wanted to remind everyone before we start that if anybody has a comment or a question, please write it down in our comment section on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and we will see them here and I can read them to Arsenio. I also wanted to remind everyone that we are running our charity posts every week, whereby we introduce the charities that help migrants, and we encourage everyone to support them. This is in connection to our exhibition, and the charities are Polish or international, from abroad, and they help with material things, but also psychologically. So it's important to kind of read about them as well. And if you fancy supporting them, it would be great. Our exhibition can be accessed through our website, wma.museum, under Migracji Migrations Top Navigation link. Okay, so going back to our artist, Arsenio. Arsenio is a photographer who went through photography, analog photography, travel, food, events, fine arts, and to motorsports photography. This is his way of expression, and he approaches it with passion. Today we will talk mainly about his trip to Mongolia in 2019. And where he went there and lived with nomadic people for almost 3 weeks. So it would be interesting to see another perspective. And we will also talk about his migration experience and other journeys. So Arsenio, could you describe your stay with the family in Mongolia and why did you decide to do that and what did you want to achieve?
Okay, so first of all, hi, and nice to be here. Thanks for having me here. And so why Mongolia and how was my stay with them? Mongolia, why? Honestly, I don't remember specifically why, but I always knew that once in my life I had to go there. I have always been attracted by that place. I don't know honestly why. Then when I decided to go, I start a bit of research, of course, and then with my wife, when we basically planned the trip, we decided to go wild and stay with the families and experiences they were of living. And how was the stay? The stay was wonderful. Up to today is the best travel I ever had, for a lot of reasons. People, first of all, they are amazing, and country is a beautiful country for every single aspect. And yeah, it was interesting, was revelatory, was difficult for some part, easy for others, kind of. But yeah, it was most of all was really, really, really good and satisfying. And I honestly, I know that I will go back one day to check other areas because Mongolia is a really huge country, and I saw just a small portion of that of it. So I would like to go back and see other kind of other parts of the countries.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Stay with them was really, really nice because they are very welcoming.
Warm.
Yeah, they're warm, and they like to share their culture with you if you are in, of course. So every time you go to one family, they treat you like as a member of the family. They give you a welcome present, and they start to to show around, give one tent just for you. So for example, they are normal people, so they live in a tent called ger, and it depends on how big is the family. They have 2, 3, 1, 10, it depends. For example, in the last family where I spent most of the time, they had 3 tents. One usually is the kitchen or the main area with all the main stuff. So living room, kitchen with the fire in the middle, and the other 2 are the bedroom, let's say. And so if they have guests, like for example me,
Yes.
he will leave one girl just for you, and so they move
Wow.
in the other one. So if they are, for example, in that family, they were the main man, then the son with the wife and 3 children. They were all together in one girl, because you have to have yours for your own.
Wow.
It's
That's
not
amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, because I mean, they don't know you, you don't know them. You just show up there with the car, and without any notice, and say, "Hi, I'm here." And they
Wow.
say, yeah, it's
Just like that.
yeah, it's normal. Yeah, it's very easy. Um, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Of course, they are tent, this gear, so
Yeah.
it's not very, very comfortable in every way, but at least you have a roof and you have a bed, so you are fixed for the night. So
But they aren't connected. They are nearby each other or
yeah.
something, but they aren't connected. So then you have to put something. If it's cold outside, you have to put something to go to the kitchen, for example, or to the bathroom.
Yeah. The bathroom. Okay, so they are not connected. Yeah, so they are singular, and so you have to go to the kitchen. Yeah. You have to dress and go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
But there are no bathrooms. There is no bathroom at all. They live in the countryside, so the bathroom is
the countryside.
You can get I mean, they have this like small not very tall fences, wood fences.
Yes.
So you basically go there, but I mean, from your chest and your face is completely open in the air, so everyone can see you. But the funny thing is that nobody's care, because you are in the toilet. So for us is a problem. Oh my god, I'm gonna personal stuff, but no one is looking at you. I mean, it's totally normal, and after a while you get
used to it.
Yeah. It's nature, so it's bad. It's wonderful.
Okay.
The stays was wonderful. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna add to the stream the pictures that you done for our exhibition. So while you stayed with the family, which we will show in a second, there is this picture is about the guy following the herd, his herd of horses on the bike, on the motorbike.
Yeah.
So could you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah. That is funny, these pictures, because it's quite unusual. I mean, they usually go and follow the herd during the days with their own horses that are a bit smaller than the horses that we used to know. So they start this journey following the herd on the horses. But in this case, his was going on the bike, so it was hilarious. And of course, the animals were a bit scared of the noises. So you can see that basically he's properly following to catching up the herd of horses. And yes, basically, they told me that in Mongolia there are about in all the Mongolia, on the country, about 5 million people. And 95 millions of animals, domestic animals, not
domestic animals. Okay.
Animals, yes. So basically, there are a lot of animals, a lot of goat, a lot of cows, a lot of horses, a lot of all the domestic animals that you can have on Earth. They respect so much the environment, the country, and of course the animals, that there is no fences. You will never see a herd inside a fence. Never.
Yeah, they roam free, basically. They can go anywhere,
wherever they want. And each day, the man in charge of the herd has to follow them, even for hours, wherever they go. And that is the main reason why they are nomad, because they follow the herd. So if in the winter they are in some specific place, then in the summer they will move. So they pack the tent, all the stuff, and follow the animals. And there is a lot of respect of the of the animals. No one is stealing animals from another family, even because the family are so far from each other. I mean, the country is so big that I remember in this case we went with him following the herd, and then we stayed in the car because we were following with the car for like an hour and a half far from the houses, and there we didn't met any other man, no one, no families, nothing, just paradise. Yeah. So usually the man go in the morning, and in the afternoon took his horses or motorbike in this case, and go following the herd, and then after 2-3 hours, it depends, he will be back, usually for lunch and dinner. So wake up, breakfast, then go with the animals, come back, lunch, nap, and then go with the animals again, and then dinner. That's it.
But is it always the same person, or do they change?
I mean, it depends, because sometimes they are like a group of 2-3 families, like a very, very small village, but the herd is from one family. So the man in charge is the man. I mean, the boss of the family.
Only one guy.
He is going to train the sons, of course. So when the son is a bit older, yes, thank you, sorry. When he's a bit older, he start to go with the father, of course. But yeah, I mean, the man is one, and of course the ladies are at home. I mean, cooking and fix everything, doing the milk, and I don't know, all this.
And the children, they also play, or they?
Yeah, they play a lot. Yeah, they are enthusiastic of the way of living. I mean, I remember in the last family, the one that from this picture, and then we will see the other one. The photo. For example, you see, this is the man that is just was coming back from the evening with his herd, and he was on his horse. And in this family here, maybe no, it's not in this picture, but basically a bit on the left there is the mentioned toilet. But unfortunately, it's not in the picture. The main subject was his. So there were this child about, I don't know, less than 7 years old, 5, 6 years. He was so curious about my camera, and so he was a bit shy at the beginning, but I mean, I started playing with him and his sister, and he was like I don't know in English the name when you seek when you go and hide yourself.
Hide and seek,
hide and seek with me, and then after like an hour of playing together, he basically became the best model I ever had in my life. And I had some picture of him in pose, like smiling or with a strange kind of expression on his face, or tell me to take a picture inside the gear where the family was cooking for us, but quietly. So I have a picture of him like this. He was fantastic. And he was running around on this field. This was really, really nice.
So here we have the main main guy from the family, and this was the high rank family. And he was gone for 4 hours, I think. Is this him?
This is his father.
This is his father. Okay.
Basically he is like in retirement now. So he just show up in the evening and look at you, and he doesn't speak. Not because he cannot speak, of course. He can speak, but he doesn't know any other language than Mongolian. That, by the way, is a wonderful language. It is really, really impossible to understand. And I mean, for us, of course, it's very difficult. It has a strange sound, guttural sound. Some strange sound with the vocal cords. It's wonderful. And basically he was like I met him as soon as we arrived, because he basically gave us the welcome, like, okay, you can enter. And then this picture was taken during our last, let's say, dinner party, where they cooked for us a typical goat. They eat a lot of goat. A typical goat in the, they call the goat in the stone, because basically they go to the river, took a stone from the river, then they put the stones in the fire. The stone becomes very hot. They dig a hole in the soil, put the stone in the soil, put the meat, potato, and carrots, cover with the soil, and then leave for hours. And then you uncover it and you eat from there with your hands.
Oh, wow.
And they did this for a big celebration, and that was our last night. So they did it for us, and he was there and was amazing. I mean, I really love him, because he was, I don't know, his eyes were unbelievable. And at one point he said, the only thing that he said, of course in Mongolian, then someone translate to us. He said that we are son of the same sky. So basically we are all the same, no matter where you come from, where you live, are the color of your skin, whatever, I don't know. We are son of the same sky. So basically we are all the same, with our differences that are good, but we are all the same. And that's the only thing that he said, basically, all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
that's very poignant, and true.
Yeah. And in this case, I give you the black and white picture, because I love black and white photography.
But it's a very nice picture on top of that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. But his dress was unbelievable, because you have to imagine that one in a ruby red. It was wonderful.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, really, really good. So yeah.
Okay. So he basically taught his son before how to deal with the herd, and then his son took over. I think we have a picture here of the family. Is this the son?
No, this one is the first family. The other picture that I sent you is that family. This is the first family that we met as soon as we arrived in Angkor Wat. We took the jeep and went in the field, and this is the first family. We tried over there with them the welcoming milk that they give you as a welcome present. That is a bit difficult for us to drink. It's not bad, but for us a strong flavor. And they
probably goat's milk, or
it depends. Goat milk or horse milk, or even camel milk, depends of the of what they have. But they were super, super nice, welcoming, and they show us around. And you can see this is the proper gear. You see?
Yes.
This, the inside of the gear. And the other picture that I sent you with the other family is the proper.
Yes, but just 1 second. So this is inside the gear, and this whole family sleeps inside the gear?
Yes, basically behind.
Inside one of.
Basically it's like a circular bed, basically behind them and behind me. There are all the bed like this, and in the middle you see that close to the child with the Spider-Man t-shirt there is a pool. Okay, there is the stove. In fact, in the center of the tent there is a hole, so the smoke come out, and they can be
warmed up
in the winter, because the winter is crazy. Even the summer during the night is very it's fresh. Let's say fresh. So they live there.
Say it lightly.
Exactly. And for example, they used to have only one gear. So if I remember correctly, close to the lady with the blue dress, there is the kitchen. So there was just a little. Like,
so there are some girls that are basically everything, like a studio flat.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yes, a proper studio flat.
Wow. And then they just disassemble it, and
this is the family that.
So we can see the girls from outside, obviously, and this is this family. And so, which one was the guy who went on the bike?
The man with the white t-shirt in the middle. He is the guy on the horse.
This
and
one, who's standing next to you, basically.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Then next to him there is my wife, and next to her there is his wife, and these two guys on the on the edge of us are the one with the white shirt is called Bayasan. He was our guide, and the other one is his brother, and they were the guys that basically took us around for all the trip. So basically we were just us for all the trip, and each time in a different families, and they were super super nice, and they were the only reason we could speak with them, because of course the Bayasan, the taller one, the tallest one, is speak English very well, so he was the translator. So all the information basically came from him, and because he was our connection
guide, or of course.
yeah.
But do you think they seemed happy with their nomadic lifestyle? Because, you know, obviously every season, every now and again, they have to put down the tent, they have to move with the animals. And also it's a very hard work, you know, to go for hours, for example, on the bike or on the horse to guide, to check on your animals.
Yeah.
Do you think that they seem overly happy? This is something that they naturally do, or do they rebel against it? Do they think it's a bit hard, or just they are content with this lifestyle? From your perspective, obviously.
Yeah. It's for sure it's hard, but it's a combination of, for me, based on what they told me, of course. But I think it's a combination of they are used to and they like to.
Okay.
Because all the people that I've met were happy. No one was sad, even once. So this tell me something. So I think that they like, but the main reason I think that is that because they really, really love and respect the environment, the nature, and the spirituality about that, and the animals, and they want to preserve all of that, and so they will never change their way of living for nothing. I remember when we were speaking about the goat herd, and basically every winter, every summer, when they took the I don't remember the name now. Oh my god!
You can say it in Italian, maybe.
La lana.
La lana.
Sì, quando tosano le pecore. Porca miseria.
La lana.
I don't remember now. Don't worry.
Okay, sorry.
Don't worry. Sorry, guys. I don't remember now the word in English. But basically, they used to sell.
I know the wool.
Yeah, the wool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The wool. Yes. Sorry. Every end of season, they will sell all the wool that they can collect from their own herd, and they will go with the motorbikes or with the car into the main city to sell it.
Okay.
And this is good because it's money for the family, a lot of money, because, for example, they can buy a new car with the money that they receive in exchange of the wool. And also it's bad because they have to go to the city, and they hate to go to the city because it's chaotic.
Is it very far?
It depends on where you're living. Yes, yes, could be very, very, very far. They usually don't go to the main city.
Sorry, something got interrupted. Hello, Arsenio. I think Arsenio's internet is a bit down. Arsenio, can you hear me? Let me just double check. Sorry for that. Technical issues that can happen. We'll wait for Arsenio to come back. Sorry about that. I just communicated. Okay, I think he's going to be back very soon, shortly. So yes, going back, I will just show again the pictures that Arsenio did for us. So this is the faster than a bike with the horses, because they were faster than the bike and the guy had to take the bike to follow them. So this is a close-up. It's a beautiful black and white picture. And this is another picture. I think we have Arsenio back. Hi, Arsenio.
Yes, I don't know what's happened. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's just technical glitch. It's fine. I just was going back to your photographs from the exhibition, and this is back home. So after the guy was back home after 4 or 5 hours. Sorry, I went too far. Yes. So you are saying that they didn't have any problems with this lifestyle, and they are happy. Even the younger generation, they don't seem like wanting to live a different lifestyle. They're just happy with the nature and
I think so. Even because it's strange to see, but for example, inside the gear they have parabola, they have TV, they have sometimes a fridge, so they have sometimes even
they have some commodities.
With solar panel.
Okay.
I mean, they are upgrading, of course. They are not in the ancient time, but
so it's not as basic as we think.
No. I mean, it's basic, but they have some commodity, of course. Definitely.
Okay, great. And so, about the family, could you just describe a typical day in the life of the family?
Very, very easy. They woke up and the lady is preparing a breakfast that usually is milk, and they have some kind of
grain,
like kind of bread. No, it's like it's a kind of bread and very healthy and strong stuff because they have to work all day basically. And so the man goes with the herd. And the ladies stay at home and do stuff at home. That could be cleaning or cook something. And then the men come back to lunch, same stuff, have lunch, and then go back with the herds and come back at night. It's very, very easy. Sometimes, of course, they had to go to the nearest city or to sell the wool or for any other reason, of course. But that. Very, very basic daily routine.
And then the guy goes after the herd, he comes back, he sleeps maybe for a bit, and he goes back again, and then he comes back.
Definitely.
And that's and the children play, obviously. How do they get their clothes? I mean, do they go like we do shopping, or do they just get them? Because I don't think there is a delivery in there.
No, there is no delivery. They are used to do a lot of kilometers for any reason, and one of them, of course, is to get some clothes. But also, when you go to this kind of trip, they suggest you to bring with you something to give as a present, because they, of course, give you their home for a lot of period of time. So they suggest you to bring something. For example, we didn't bring any dress, but we bring some toys, some toys and some jewelry for the ladies. But someone will definitely bring some clothes, and of course they go to the nearest town, where usually there are a lot of markets, street markets, where you can buy everything. And this town are very nice because basically are huge village of girls in the middle of nowhere. And then you can find basically one shop for that kind of stuff, and then huge market with all the stuff, and people go around there. And so basically that is the only place where you can see a lot of people all together. But otherwise they are
the
spread
sparse,
everywhere.
yes.
So,
And the food they just provide for themselves, basically. They eat a lot of animals that they breed and the crops that they cultivate.
yeah. There are two different. I mean, the one that is cultivating stuff, vegetables, and blah blah, or the one that has herds. So if you have, there is the, for example, if I have a family and I have the herd of animal, and you close to me and you have vegetables, we exchange.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
yeah, exactly. Or you go to the city and buy something. But of course, they try to go there not very often. So, for example, when they kill an animal, they will preserve every single part. They chop it and they will preserve the single part and leave for. I mean, they don't waste food at all. So
Yes,
one animal can feed the family for a long time, of course. So. For example, you in every single family you will see outside the gear, a bit distant, this huge jar, plastic jar, or even just I don't know, a chest full with milk, stayed under the sun, and they basically live there. And when they need it, they go there and take the milk for cooking or for
Wow.
They don't waste anything.
Yeah. And so obviously you said already, you mentioned that the hosts were very welcoming and friendly and warm, but what were your feelings towards the whole situation, towards the whole lifestyle? And was there anything negative or was it just positive?
Mainly was totally positive. There were just some now and then negative aspect, but it wasn't their fault or something
It was
like this. It just
the different situation, obviously.
Yeah, it just us that we are not habit to a lot of stuff.
Used
So, for
to
example,
that,
for example, that milk that I mentioned before, the welcome milk that I give you, for us is really, 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 really difficult to smell it and to drink it. So every time, but you cannot say no, because it would be bad things for the family. I mean, they welcoming you, they give you something to drink, you say no, it's bad.
Yes.
So you have
Okay.
even just a sip, but you have to. But that was really, really hard. Each time was really, really hard. But other from basically sometimes sleeping and some bad
A bit
animals.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, a bit uncomfortable. But I mean, it's something that you can. I mean, I don't care. We didn't care. It's okay. It's part of the journey. It's okay. And my sensation were honestly always good. I was always happy, even when I had problem, like I said, with the milk. At one point, it became funny because I knew new family, new milk. You have to drink. You don't like, but you have to. So it was even funny. But I remember the first family, the ones from the picture before of this. So basically, we arrived to Ulaanbaatar after I don't remember how many hours of travel from Rome to leave. I don't remember because it was a really long trip. And then straight in the jeep, go into the field. After 2 hours, we were like in the back of the jeep, very tired, so like almost asleep. So Bayasan, our man, pull over and say, "Okay, we are going to meet our first family." Boom.
Oh.
And then you are like this inside that tradition they were living. And so the first like minutes and a half it was like, oh wow. Wait, I have to get used to everything, to the smell, to the gear, to everything. It was strange and beautiful and chaotic, even was very, very calm at the same time. But then they were like, yes, come on in. And you can see that the picture, they were very, very happy to, even when they give them to the present, they were very happy. So yeah, come on in, let's say blah blah blah. And the man shows us around his herb, this let's say factory, and and then after 5 minutes, everything okay, cool, go on.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing. So they really warm people.
I can.
You said before that they have a lot of respect, obviously, for nature and the animals. So basically, their lives depend on the animals and how they move, and totally. So it's, and so I mean, I did ask that question before. So basically, new generations of Mongolian people, they also follow this tradition. They don't want to, for example, move abroad or I don't know, go abroad and live in one place. They just prefer to do the nomadic lifestyle.
Of course, there are the ones
some
that want to. I mean, maybe I can tell you that as soon as I go back and do basically the other part of Mongolia. For example, I mean, what I was I'm trying to say is that I experienced it, and I went to the families that they are nomads. So of course, all their children have this mindset. So they want to do that. They are used to do that. They father, grandfather, and way before all the other ancestors, they did this. So they are into this. But of course, if you go to the main city like Ulaanbaatar, that is now the capital.
That's the capital.
It's like a huge, massive, modern city, chaotic with traffic, skyscraper, and blah blah blah. So there, of course, a young man wants to, I don't know, do anything instead of being nomad. I don't know. I didn't met those guys, so I cannot say yes, there is this and that. I can only say that the people I met, the family I met, are nomads. So all their children are
nomads as well. But it's always a guy who goes after the herd. They don't allow women to do that.
No, I don't think so. No, but I mean, there is no. I mean, there is no. There is respect for women. It's not just an ancient way of thinking where I am a man, you are the woman, so I am the boss, you are nothing. It's not like this. It's just the way of living.
The arrangement.
Very, very, very easygoing. It's not. There's nothing bad about that. It's just the way they are for centuries, maybe. So yes, maybe one day they will invert. I don't know, but
No, I was just interested because
I was curious also when I was there, and just curious fact because I'm keep looking at this picture that I made, and that could be something interesting. If you see closely the lady, she holding a blue like scarf and a small wood cup. And
unfortunately I can't make it bigger, but
no, don't worry about it. There is also like a small piece of wood under the cup, and basically what she did with that, this was the morning straight after we left. So after the dinner party, blah blah blah, this was our last morning. So after this picture, we took our jeep and left, and she came out of her gear with that cup full of milk with this kind of piece of wood. And he was like, put the wood inside the milk and spread the milk on the wheels.
She splashed.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, good luck.
Good luck and protection for the journey. And yes, and it was very, very, very nice. And she was the only one. The other families didn't do this, but she was the only one,
But I see milk is very big in Mongolia. Basically.
A lot.
But I wanted to ask you now about your own migration story, because you lived in a few countries yourself. and for some time. And in your story, you say that you are open for new adventures. Do you still feel mainly excited about going to a new country, or do you have some reservations, or I don't know, do you also fear anxiety, or just mainly excitement? How do you feel when you go to another country? Because you went actually to another country not so long ago. It's been 6 months now, I think. Yes.
Yeah, 6 months
Yeah.
in Switzerland. Yes.
Yes. So
I'm always
yeah.
excited. I mean, I love it, and this is something in common. One of the main common things that I have in common. Sorry, with my wife, and we are always looking for the next experience in terms of trip or in terms of life experience or work experiences. And these include, of course, the changing the country or the city or whatever. Yes, in my life, I've been around a bit, most of all in London for different period of time, and in my city Rome, in Turin, up to north of Italy, and now here in Geneva. Yes, I like it because I like to have every often let's say new experience ahead. I love to know and get in touch with the new culture and new way of living, and know and
people as
understand.
well.
Yeah, people, of course, people are so important for me. So yes, and so it's not only the trip that you made once in a year, the big trip. I go very far for blah blah blah, but also the daily life that is important to me to know new stuff completely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because
I always excited. I always ready to go. I mean, if tomorrow there is an occasion, I can go wherever you want. And fear. No, I never had any fear. No, never. No,
okay, that's
I like it.
cool. Yeah. I mean, new experiences are very, very much welcomed, but also when you go to another country, to live in another country is completely different than, as you said, to go on a trip, because it's a completely different aspect. Yeah, of course. You get to know things that you can't experience otherwise, because if you are on a trip, it's completely different. But I wanted to ask you as well, because you say you feel at home almost everywhere. But how do you feel? How do you deal with hardships or problems? I mean, do you have a way of dealing with that? What is the thing that you go to or go for that you don't feel very good about? Something happened and you don't like it.
I have to be honest. I mean, until now I was really really lucky. I never had major problem during my
Okay.
movement. So I mean, small problem I can deal it as I deal for everything
Very
usually.
quickly.
Yeah, and also I like to. I'm very organized. So even for if there is a problem, I like to deal the problem in a very organized way. So if I have, for example, problem A, B, and C, I would like to take care of problem A. Don't thinking about B and C. As soon as finish the A, I will move on to B. In the
Okay.
case there is a case where A, B, and C are correlated from each other.
Yes.
Of course, I have to think about them together, but I usually like to stay calm.
You persevere basically, and until you
Exactly.
solve the problem.
Understand how to solve it, in which way, which is the bad or the good, and the consequences, and blah blah blah. And this, of course, is something that helped me also during my trip, because even in a trip, in a holiday trip, you can have problem, but it's good to have your feet on the ground. And so yes, and for example, now here in Switzerland, everything is fine, it's good, but there are, for the first time in my life, some issues. So paradoxically is the difficult one, this one. But I mean, slowly, and foot after foot, I don't know how to say, but step by step.
Step by step. Yeah.
by step, we will achieve our goals even here.
Yeah. But what makes you feel better in such situations? Do you go for nature? Do you go for art? Do you go take photographs, for example?
It depends. It depends. Usually is music. If I have a down moment,
Music.
yeah, I put my headphones and I start to listen music high volume and travel with the music because it's something that I really really love. And also, if the place where I'm having the problem is something give me emotionally something, I go out and take some pictures. But
Okay.
honestly, it's more about music because when I have problem and I have to deal with problem, I am totally into the problem. So
You're very focused on the problem. Yeah.
yeah, I would. I don't know. I need to do something that completely put my mind elsewhere. And so, yeah, first of all, music, then photography, and then a pint of beer, maybe. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So now I wanted to ask you, you moved from fine art photography through journeys and other photography to motorsports. And how did this transition happen? And I think I have a picture that will explain a little
Yeah.
bit.
So, is a transition and is not a transition. I mean, that I started my photography career. Oh,
Yes.
no, sorry. No, wrong. I start to get in touch with photography. So, grab a camera and doing photos, of course, with street photography. And that basically pull me inside adventure photography and travel photography and blah blah blah. And I did this kind of photography for myself only in digital and most of all with my analog camera, because I still love doing some picture, of course, with travel in analog with the films. And that aspect of my life and my photography is still there, is what I do when I do photography for myself. Speaking of work, I tried different kind of aspect of photography aspect. At the beginning I was like, let's try everything in a wrong
Yeah.
way, because I mean, you can be very good to do a lot of stuff, but at the end you are not very good doing one thing. So I was in London because I was study photography in London, and I started with food photography because basically it's what they asked me. I was
Yeah.
lucky enough to have someone say, "Oh, I need some photography in my restaurant. Come with me."
Yeah.
And then I moved to product photography, even always in London, related with food, because I
Okay.
was taking care of a bottle of beers. So beers and food and combined. Then I had when I moved to Turin, I had a brief experience in Lavazza. So basically, the food experience introduced me in that kind of world and moved me more deeply into product photography. But was nice, but not very satisfying for myself. I mean, it's good taking those kind of picture, but it's not just what I like to do very 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 much. And so my photos were good, but not at level that
That you
someone
wanted
who's
them
love,
to be, or
yeah, someone who's love to do this kind of stuff, of course, is doing
you
better
didn't
in
find
pictures.
your thing yet. Yeah, you didn't find the
Yeah.
product you wanted.
So I tried and tried, and then in 2017, so not long time ago, I had this amazing opportunity that for me is like the one of the change life experience of my life, because it's basically gave me the opportunity to understand what I like and what I want to do. And this opportunity was to go to Morocco. That's why you show this. As at the time was the only one accredited photographer for KTM factory racing for their Dakar test pre-Dakar in 2017 exactly.
Yeah.
So for 1 week I was in charge of following all the riders in the dunes on the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
And taking pictures, doing videos, and sponsor pictures. So when I was there on the dunes with these guys, crazy guys riding this amazing bicycle. By the way, that rider here is a lady. She is Laia Sanz. She's one of the greatest motorbikers in the world, and she was for like 4 or 5 years in a row the highest woman ranked in a Dakar. She is incredible. Wow. Now she moved to bike to truck. So she's doing all this Dakar, but with truck.
Wow, great.
And I went with her on that motorbike behind her on a top of high dunes to make some picture like this one, because she were like super friendly. We want to play. Come on, let's go. So that experience basically combined this one exactly. So travel photography and street photography, and what became my true passion as a work experience, and of course my job now actually, that is motorsport photography. And that week was a revelatory for me. And that's, yes, for example, this one is I think this that one before was this one is the latest no, this is the first experience with the Ferrari challenge. This one is in Misano, and then I did the year after also in Mugello, and it was amazing.
So you're traveling a lot for your assignments.
Yeah, that's why it's the perfect combination for me, because I get to travel and I get to do the picture and the photo that I like it. So yes, yeah.
Great. And there was something about the Bedouins as well. That's why we had this picture.
Yeah. He was really funny. I mean, there is something strange and nice at the same time, and that no one can understand or explain. You can be in the middle of the desert, surrounded only by sands and dunes, and you can be alone for hours. So you look around, there's nobody, there is sand, wind, sky, and that's it. And at one point, out of nowhere, some Bedouin showed up, tried to sell to you some stones or something. I don't know why, but every time it's the same. You honestly, every one of us experienced the same thing. You can one friend of mine that was with me in that occasion, every morning at 6 a.m, he was about to go outside for running, and every morning a different Bedouin in the middle of nowhere should show up and say, "Hey, hi, do you want me to sell some stones from the desert?" and blah blah blah. And he was really, really nice. Of course, he was speaking like 5 languages because he's very used to it. So he was speaking Italian with me, good Italian, better than my English. And he was really, really funny. He was telling me about story about dune, desert, and storm, and camels, and he was really, really funny. And he was speaking to the mechanics of KTM, and he was trying to steal one of their bike. I mean, steal. I give you this, you give me
borrow.
Yeah. It was really, really funny. And they go around the desert with this small bike. They are like one cylinder, 120cc of motorbikes, very small, and they go around with this bike and selling stuff. They're amazing. Yeah. Very, amazing. Very funny.
Well, they are kind of nomadic as well, aren't they?
Yeah, basically, yes. They go around. They always for work. I mean, maybe their house is always the same, but they move a lot. They travel a lot, and also they follow the camels because, for example, there are a lot other pictures from that moment, exactly that moment, and where there was a family with the father, brother, and younger sister, dealing with their herd of camels, and one camel was stuck in the sand. The camel decided, I won't move from here. I will stay here. I'm tired of walking. That's it. And so there is the picture of the oldest brother try to pull the camel. Say, come on, you have to come. We have to go home. And the lady, the small daughter, was carrying a big jar, or I presume milk, I don't know, and was very tired because it was very hot. Yeah. So she was like on this dune, looking at his brother dealing with the camel, like, oh my God, now again. So yeah, it was nice.
It's a hard life, but also very connected to nature, isn't it?
Totally. I mean, I think that we are the ones that have lost some connection with nature. As in Europe, in America, I don't know. I never been in South America, but I think that there they have connection with nature. And when I went to South Asia, they have connection with nature a lot. Cambodian people, Vietnamese people, Thailand people have a lot of connection. So yes, I think that we are in the bad side.
Would you say that they are more at peace because they are more connected to nature than we are in a chaotic environment? Or
maybe yes, because I mean, I'm a city boy. I mean, I like living in the city, but I also love the nature. For me is important, and the connection to nature. I would like to have what I saw around the world with the other guys. So I think they live fine. Yes, they are happy with themselves. Yeah,
that's
definitely.
great. And towards the end, I just wanted you to mention your project. You're working now for Royal Enfield, if I understand correctly. So
basically I'm in November 2021 I went to Milan for the EICMA exhibition. That is one of the most important motorbike exhibition in the world. After the pandemic, was 2 years after the pandemic. 2 years
pandemic
after the pandemic
finished. Well,
so yeah, exactly. So it was a big event. And so I went there to take some picture because I love motorbikes, of course, as you may understand. And when I went there, for no reason, I start to get involved every single day more with Royal Enfield and their events and stand, because they were celebrating their 120 years of productivity. So I started taking picture of them. Then I spoke with Simon Warburton, that is one of the executive producer, chief. And when I came back home, I decided to create a project about Royal Enfield. So, and about a specified model that they present, that is a special bike that they made for celebrating their birthday. And from one things to another things, I start to talk with them. I spoke with a lot of inside member of the board of Royal Enfield, and I decide to celebrate the 120 years anniversary with a magazine all about Royal Enfield. They were very, very happy about that. And this picture is a picture of Paul Vercher, that is the first and now only Royal Enfield seller here in Geneva that I contact. I asked him if I could take some picture for this project. He was really, really happy. And now that I gave to him one of the magazine, he was really, really happy, and he said that we use some of this picture to put in his workshop. And so that was a really, really great experience. And now I'm still working with Royal Enfield because I'm about to do another project with them, very, very, very interesting, but it's still under development. So finger crossed, and we'll see.
Well, so good luck with that. We wish you very much luck.
Thank you. That would be very, very interesting, because it would be the combination once again about between travel and motorsport and photography. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
let's see.
Okay, that was very interesting. Thank you, Arsenio, for your time, and thank you to everyone who listened. I just wanted to remind you about our exhibition, of course, and you can see Arsenio's artworks there, beautiful photographs, but also other artworks from different artists. And also, if you watch out for our events, the next event will take place on the 13th of June at 7 p.m. as well. And this will be with a specialist researcher at the Emigration Museum in Gdynia, Kinga Langowska. And this talk will be in Polish. So we try to rotate our talks. Some are in Polish, some are in English. So everybody can take part, we hope. So thank you, Arsenio, very much for your very interesting stories and your perspective of a nomadic lifestyle. We just wanted to remind everyone that obviously connection to nature and respecting animals, respecting nature is very important. And also we want to avoid people like this to lose their lifestyle just because of climate change and the things that we do. So if we can help to reduce our pollution and CO2 emissions and whatnot, it's very good. So thank you, Arsenio, and thank you, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.